Welcome to aminacademy.com. In trigonometry, regarding practical applications, let us discuss about bearings, some introduction. In mathematics, a bearing is the angle in degrees measured clockwise from north. Bearings are usually used as a three-figure bearings. For example, 30-degree clockwise from north is usually written as 30 degrees. Look at here from north, here this is 65 degrees. Here from north it is 245 degrees. Bearings, there is a three rules to draw bearings. There is a specific set of rules about how bearings should be calculated and expressed. Always measure the bearings from north line. Always express your answer as three-figure bearings. That is, normally you have 60 degree means you have to use 60 degrees. 60. Always draw and measure bearing clockwise. These are the three rules. Measure a bearing. Find a bearing B to A. So we have our 2 points and a north lines coming off both. The bearing B from A is measured from the north line going clockwise until we hit the straight line. That we use the protractor, we measure, for example, 110 bearings is the bearing of B from A. From A is considered here. So from this is the north, from this 110 degrees, of course, this much. Look at here, this is the end point now. Bearing of B from A. From A means you have to put point A here. This point B. Bearing, this is north, south, east, west. Here, north, south, east, west. From here to here, 110 degrees. Bearing of B from A, it means. Now, look at this. To draw bearings here, the bearing of A is 256 here. Now, here this means bearing of B from A is 256 and it is 5 kilometers away from A, means 1 centimeter is 1 kilometer scale. So we have to draw like this is from north 256 degree clockwise and a line drawn, that point, note a point 5 centimeter from the point A. This means bearing of B from A is 256 degrees. Now look at here. The diagram below shows the bearing of B from A. Bearing of B from A is 94 degrees. That is, we have to write 94. That is bearing of A from B. Here we have to calculate this. Here bearing of B from A is 94. Then bearing of A from B is this one. This one is 180 plus 94. 274 degrees. Some example problem do. A boat and lighthouse are 70 miles apart. The bearing of the lighthouse from the boat is 051 degrees. Using scale, 1 centimeter is 10 miles. Construct a diagram showing the relative position of the lighthouse and the boat. Here, this is the first north direction. We have tried 051 degrees a line. That line is extended up to 7 centimeter because 7 miles apart, 70 miles apart. So we had to write 7 centimeter. We had to write for 70 miles, and note the point L, the position of lighthouse. So we constructed. This is the lighthouse is 051 degrees from the point B, the boat from the boat, and it is 70 miles apart. Example 2, the diagram below shows the bearings of A from B. Bearing of A from B, find the bearing of B from A. Now, bearing of A from B is 295 degrees, and how to find bearing of B from A means we need this, which is equal this. Here this 295 means it is 65. This 65 degree. This 65 means it's 180 minus 65. 180 minus 65. 180 minus 65 is 115. This is equal to 115. So we have to find the bearing of B from A. Bearing of B from A is this 115. Question number 3. The location of C is on bearing is 140 degree from A. This is 140 from A. The position of C is 140 from A. 140 degrees from A. The bearing of C from B is 250. This is bearing of B from bearing of C from B. Bearing of C from B is, this one is 250 degrees. That is, here this is a 250 degrees. So actually this means 140 degree means bearing of C from A is 140 degrees, and bearing of C from B is here 180 plus 70, that is 250 degrees. Here look at here this one. By measuring the diagram given, state that bearing of B from A. Here by using the protractor you have to measure B from A. That means you have to measure this. By using protractor, this approximately shows 60 degrees and is written as the bearing of B from A is 060 degrees, and scale is 1 centimeter is 2 kilometer. From that means from A you have to draw that is between this one is how much it is. Now some length is given here. Regarding the scale, you have to use this length, and this is the bearing of B from A is 60 degrees, 060 degrees. Next question, a diagram of bearing is shown below. Given that the bearing from B of B from A means you have to measure at A is 60 degrees. State the bearing of A from B. That means we have to calculate this one. This nothing but this 60 means this is 180 minus 6 is 120. That bearing is 360 minus 120 is equal to 80 degrees. That is to 40 degrees. Which means the bearing of A from the point B is here. How to calculate? First, given this 60 degree, this one is 180 minus 60 is 120 degree, then this degree is 360 minus 120 is 240 degrees. So far we discussed about what is bearings in trigonometry, as well as we draw some bearings of some points. From that point to that next point, how to draw, we studied about. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.